In the small village of Afari, nestled in the heart of Ghana, there lived a young girl named Akua. She was a bright and curious child with a smile that could light up the darkest of rooms. Akua lived with her parents, Kofi and Amma, and her younger brother, Kwame. Before we continue with Akua's story, if you enjoy folk tales and stories that inspire, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss a new story from us. Her father, Kofi, was a well-respected man in the village. He was a successful farmer and a close friend of the village chief. However, Kofi had a dark secret. He had a group of friends who would often visit their home, and Akua had begun to notice that these men would often look at her in a way that made her feel uncomfortable. One day, when Akua was just 10 years old, one of her father's friends, a man named Kwabena, came to visit. Kofi had gone out to tend to his farm, leaving Akua alone with Kwabena. The man began to talk to Akua, telling her that she was a beautiful girl and that he wanted to be her friend. Akua, being a naive child, trusted Kwabena and began to talk to him. But as the conversation went on, Kwabena's intentions became clear. He began to touch Akua in ways that made her feel scared and uncomfortable. Akua tried to push him away, but Kwabena was too strong. He molested Akua, leaving her feeling shattered and confused. When Kofi returned home, Akua tried to tell him what had happened, but he just brushed it off, telling her that she was imagining things. Akua felt betrayed and alone. She didn't know who to turn to or what to do. As the days went by, Akua became withdrawn and quiet. She stopped playing with her friends and lost interest in school. Her parents thought she was just going through a phase, but deep down, Akua was struggling to come to terms with what had happened to her. Years went by, and Akua grew into a beautiful young woman, but the scars of that day never faded. She struggled to trust men and had difficulty forming relationships. Akua felt like she was living in a nightmare, and she didn't know how to wake up. One day, Akua decided that she had had enough. She couldn't keep living in the shadows of her past. She began to speak out about what had happened to her, telling her story to anyone who would listen. It wasn't easy, but Akua knew that she had to do it. As Akua shared her story, she began to heal. She realized that she wasn't alone and that there were people who cared about her and wanted to help. Akua's story inspired others to speak out about their own experiences, and soon a movement was born.